But that's the reason why Battleborn is always online. If you guys didn't know, Battleborn is this MOBA that we were talking about in like the last episode. Made by the people who did Borderlands. And Cheech brought this up to my attention that it was a MOBA, and we both read this article today saying that the game itself is you constantly have to be online to actually play it. And the reason why is even though it has a single player component, you get points in there that carries over to the multiplayer.
Now, have they said what the single player component is? Is it like a story based?
It's a story based. Yes. So it's a story based focused single player. But the fact that you get some points and stuff in it, it carries over to the multiplayer, and that's why the game requires you to be online all the time.
Yeah, I wasn't so familiar with it. So when you guys mentioned that, single player, always online, I'm thinking, so what, like bot matches? That's what immediately came to mind, because I didn't know it was going to have like a whole, I didn't know it was full-blown story.
Yeah, full-blown story. I don't know how the story rolls out, if it's like, bot matches, but yeah, technically it does have a single player. And that reminds me of how when 2K14 and 15 first came out, for the NBA series, there were certain things that were locked out where you couldn't use it in the single player mode if you weren't connected. I mean, the game still functioned at least, but you couldn't do like a my character progression. And it was really bad. It was so bad to the point where a lot of people were upset because it wasn't their fault that they couldn't connect. It was the servers were down for like a couple of days. I forgot which one it was. I think it was for 2014 NBA. But yeah. So that game for me, I was on the fence to see if I wanted to buy it or not. But since I always have to be online, I'll probably buy it digital when it's on sale. I don't like it when I bought Borderlands. Actually, yeah, that's how I bought Borderlands 1. Got really excited how fun it was, and then I bought 2 when it first came out. I bought the mid collectors where you get the statue of Marcus. I didn't buy the loot crate one where you actually get the whole trunk that you open up. Because at that point I had a decent job, and I was like, nah, I'm not spending $200 plus on it.
So yeah, are you guys gonna get the game then?
When it's on sale.
Battleborn? No, not me.
Yeah. That comes out in March. Not March, May.
I'm choosing Overwatch.
Yeah.
I want to test them out. I mean, I really haven't been excited for Battleborn personally, but what does get me is the character design, and I don't know. It seems like it's Gearbox, I believe, right?
Yes, yeah. They do a really good job on character design.
Characters, yeah, and that show, I'm like, I don't know, it looks really cool. Maybe they're doing something cool with these people. Like, there's maybe, like, how they usually have, like, some little backstory on the side of the characters. Maybe it's cool, they interact pretty cool. But I do have to say that Overwatch overall, the character designs, way better in my opinion. Their characters look so cool.
It's Blizzard. Blizzard does an awesome job on characters.
Yeah. So cool, man.
Grandmash, Thrall, I'm trying to think of all the characters that's in Warcraft. There's
2 characters.
There's too many. Windrunners, Sylvanas, oh man. Arthas, yeah. Illidan.
Oh, what's the paladin's name?
Arthas is the...
Well, he was a paladin. I think it was his, either his teacher...
Uthar?
His mentor.
Uther, yeah. Uther, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was cool. I remember the little shrine in the game. I was like, ooh.
So yeah, you know what? Like Cheech was saying, there's too many games coming out that month, so...
Yeah, there's a ton, man.
I'm gonna have to pass on that. So.
I guess I'll let you guys know.
And I know you've been buying more games recently. More and more games.
Too much, man. Fucking credit card.
Don't be like me. Because of that, I wasn't able to reserve my PlayStation VR.
I did.
But Cheech did. Cheech was able to. He did it on Best Buy.
And they still taking pre-orders, so...
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, that worries me a little bit. It's really known to fucking overload the preloaders and to start fucking canceling.
See, I think I'm thinking a lot of people they want to experience VR, but they're a little on the fence. They don't want to necessarily commit.
Yeah, I mean, the reason I pre-ordered just to at least have one saved and make my decision the month off. If I want it, I'll keep it. If I don't, I'll cancel it.
I really believe that's something that GameStop is going to have, Best Buy is going to have, all these places are going to have for people to experience, understand what it is, and then finally make their decision as to whether they want to go all in on it.
Yeah, and scalpers, I'm going to say it, scalpers are going rampant on it. Because, well, first off, the Amazon pre-orders for it sold out in 4 minutes.
Wasn't that EU, though?
Huh?
Like Amazon?
No, it was here, yeah.
Oh, okay.
EU was 15 minutes, I believe.
Oh, okay.
But Cheech, you were on the website, right? You said you were refreshing it and you didn't see it.
Yeah, that thing never came out of pre-order for me. That thing was always like unavailable. I'm like, holy crap, what the fuck?
But it went live at like 9:04, and I got called away from my desk at that time. I got called away from my desk at 9:00, and I was like, no, I was like, if I was at my desk, I would have been like just refreshing the page. So I actually, when I was at work and then I was on my phone, I was able to see it, and I tried to do a pre-order from my phone. It kept on saying your cart is empty. And then later on, I found out, yes, it sold out between 9:04 to 9:08. That's when all the pre-orders stopped. And then if you looked on eBay like an hour later, people started selling it for like $800. I think.
Good Lord.
The highest was like $1,000.
We're back at the PlayStation 3.
Yep.
So it was pretty insane. But yeah, Cheech was saying you can still pre-order at Best Buy. If you are listening to this on Tuesday, March 24th, Amazon is supposed to have it by 2 p.m., but yeah, that's probably going to be gone quickly by the time you hear this. So no point in saying that. But they are doing 2 different pre-orders. First pre-order is the 500 bundle, which comes with a camera, the VR system, and 2 Move controllers. On March 29th is when they're doing the $400 pre-order, which is just a VR system. So if you already have a camera, then you just need a headset. That's the one that you're going to reserve.
And then next week we have a decent amount of that. March 30th, guys. March 30th.
What's March 30th?
The Final Fantasy revealed.
Oh,
that's right.
Yeah.
They're going to reveal the what month it's coming out.
Yeah. Release date, probably more information on it. Can't wait.
Wasn't the rumor September?
Yeah.
September?
Oh, it's a rumor.
September. Drink more coffee there, Sleepy.
Well, no, I was yawning, but yeah, my cup is done. Yeah, that's the rumor. And then Kingdom Hearts is supposed to drop this year too, right? Apparently.
Is it? I don't know if it's dropping this year. I can't even tell you.
Yeah,
I know.
It's becoming another pack holiday. That's not good.
Yeah, I know. We're getting too poor for this. But speaking of Sony, there's that rumor of with systems. There's a lot of rumors with systems coming out this week. First, we had the Xbox rumor of their upgradable parts. Then we have the next rumor, PlayStation 4k or 4.5, as it's being called. And Ariel, you had a friend who was very upset about this, right?
Yeah, but more so on the Microsoft side of things. Because, I mean, he has both PS4, he has an Xbox One, and he has also a Wii U. And he plays mostly just Halo, even though he has these things, right? Like, that's his thing. He's Xbox One diehard for the most part. And, like, his thing is, he has a family, he has kids, so when he buys any one of these things, it's never, like, all at once. He buys a game here and there. So, especially considering he just got his PlayStation, like, I want to say a few months ago. Hearing this news, he was like, are you kidding me? Like, is this really going to happen? Like, I just bought a new PlayStation, and there's possibly going to be a better version of a PlayStation that's going to provide better possibly performance, possibly graphics, higher resolutions, and I'm stuck with the old one. And where does that leave me? And it kind of voiced the same concerns on the Xbox side of things. So that gets you wondering, for the more casual side or the more, family-oriented people, when you have responsibilities and things where you don't have as much time to spend on these hobbies, you kind of wonder, like, is this something that I want to keep doing if I have to continuously spend so much money? Like, us people on the PC side of things where we usually upgrade consistently. I don't think that's something that's going to want to appeal to the mass market, really. Especially if it's going to create some sort of a divide in quality, because then you're going to start feeling like, well, my experience is inferior to, that one because I don't want to buy the new one. And then you buy the new one and now there's another one a few years down the line. So it seems like they're following that trend of like PC update, like, the standard enthusiast level, update in terms of your system. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but what if they're able to do it like how a cell phone plan, right? Cheech, weren't you mentioning something like that? If they started creating it just like how a cell phone gets upgraded every 2 years, every 3 years.
That could work. There's millions of people that freaking buy an iPhone every 2 years, and we barely any change in them. Mm-hmm. And they spend like what, $200 normally, roughly. If they could somehow combine a subscription model with their, let's say, Xbox Live or PlayStation Network, and he gets a new console every 2 years for $200, maybe that could work out for them. But it's the thing is, a lot of people want to upgrade anyways, and it's just gonna create a mess online because the whole point of console experience is everybody's equal, especially
streamlined experience.
Play. Yep. Now you're gonna have a console running possibly 1080p 60 and one running 1080p 30. That's just not gonna fly well on online multiplayer, and it doesn't make sense to have a console that provide a better experience, cap at a 30 for them to go online.
Yeah, it's going to be weird, but
there's a lot of different variables too. Because, like, even with, as you guys mentioned, the whole subscription-based service or a contract in a sense, right? Or even the $200, because even cell phone companies now, they're not really doing the 2-year contracts anymore. You kind of have to, or they're subsidizing the cost of the phone by way of your cell phone bill. A lot of them aren't really necessarily going that route. You have to buy the phone now, and your phone bill is essentially cheaper for quite a few of them, at least.
It's still essentially the contract, same shit. It's like it's a 2-year financial plan for the same thing you're doing with a 2-year contract.
So it's like, I don't know, it's going to be tough, especially when something like a cell phone, people see it more as a necessity nowadays. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, although it offers all these different things, there's so many things you can do with a cell phone. So people justify the cost there, whereas one is a hobby, and it's you kind of have to look at it through those lenses. Like, for the more casual market, it may be something that they're going to end up shying away from because it's not something they feel is a necessity, and it's not. Well, it's really not. But it's.
I guess they're seeing how well the enthusiast market is on PC, and they're like, oh, maybe we could tap in this. But I don't know. I guess they need to understand that the PC enthusiast people, they are used to this. Right? We buy hardware like it's freaking candy.
Yeah, they're game enthusiasts. That's what we are. That's why we have all these systems. And it's all about preference after that. But, thinking about it, actually, since you guys were talking about, and after I just mentioned what Cheech just said, with the cell phone, you need the contract, and you need to pay those bills, or your phone actually becomes just dead weight. It really doesn't function as the way you want it. You really can't do that with consoles unless it's something that's always online.
Exactly. So is that where they want to... there's so many questions.
Microsoft future.
Digital future. But imagine this, and then we were talking about this earlier this week. Like Quantum Break. Right now, the graphics for Quantum Break is very varied on how it's presented. Because it looks great. Right now, people say it's running at 720p, but the way it's rendered actually makes it look amazing.
Yeah, actually, Digital Foundry guy had to go on Twitter because it was getting blasted. He was like, and Remedy explained how it works too. It's basically 4 frames of 720p using SMAA, and it's like they're using the same technique of Killzone Shadowfall.
Well, wasn't that Killzone for multiplayer where they were doing that technique?
Yeah, it was for multiplayer. But the thing is, people are making such a fuss about it. No one even ever knew that Killzone Shadowfall was running almost at 720p originally. They were like, "Oh yeah, that was 1080p." Until actually they did a research about it, and were like, "Oh no, it's not."
Well, the single player was 1080p.
The single, yeah, but not even the multiplayer. People didn't notice. They did not know that it's different until someone said so.
Yeah, and then that's why they were getting sued for it.
Yeah, but I mean,
not sued. Someone put up a class action, which they got struck down because.
And here they're being straight through. They're telling you the truth. Here, hey, listen, he's running at 4 frames, 720p, and we're doing some interpolation thing, whatever. The game, based on what we're seeing, is looking pretty good.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's one of those games that we're really gonna have to like actually play it and judge ourselves and see how it actually looks.
And the PC, they didn't release the specs for that one yet, right?
They have the specs. Some leaks. There were some leak images today of the stuff you can change,
like the global illumination.
And global illumination, a whole bunch of stuff like physically based rendering. So I don't think I'll tell you right now, but obviously the 4K support is there.
Yeah, I wonder if did they say anything about the 4K video or regular video that you can download for PC?
I'm pretty sure that thing's gonna download freaking 1080p.
Okay.
See, like, here's the thing, though, right? Like, we all talk about this, because, like, we just mentioned earlier, we're enthusiasts. We love gaming. So every little thing becomes a topic. Now, something like 720, like, using like scoding techniques or whatever you can to achieve the best possible quality in a game and deliver, the highest graphical fidelity that you can, things like this help, because possibly otherwise at 1080p the game wouldn't look as nice as it does, because the game looks pretty nice.
I mean, even the Digital Foundry guys said, like, the game does not look like 720. Like, they're looking at it, it's like, it is 720 while they do it, but it does not look like it. Definitely looks closer to 1080p, and it looks wonderful.
A lot of that has to do with the fact that they're able to do it at 720p, but MSAA, they're applying anti-aliasing features to this to smooth out the image and possibly make it look better and less blurry, because it's 720 being, I guess temporal. What is it? Temporal resolution, or what is it that they call it?
I think it's interpolation.
It's something like that. But from what I've seen, the game looks great. I mean, I really don't think there's much reason for concern here, especially since it looks great. At the end of the day, it's a great looking game. It looks fantastic.
Yeah, it looks great. And a lot of people tend to forget. I mean, most console players play on a damn TV. You're sitting all the way back there. A lot of TVs, I mean, granted there's some TV that sucks when it comes to upscaling, but some TVs do a great job of upscaling the image, and it looks pretty good when you're sitting that far.
Yeah.
Now,
because you're not necessarily looking at every individual pixel, or you're not that close to the detail to notice the differences or the blurriness provided by the lower resolutions and stuff like that.
If you play on a monitor, you're screwed, because I have played some 720p games on the monitor, and it just looks horrendous. I'll put it back on my TV, and it looks
that's
pretty
a different
damn good.
Story. Luckily, PC version 4K. Thank you. Although I won't be running it at 4K. But the option is there for the future.
Yeah, especially all the stuff that game is going to come out with. I mean, I'm surprised, because the console version is actually using all this physically based rendering, the global illumination. They're using all that shit. So, it might be a pretty good looking game.
See, my only concern, right, is after the whole debacle with Gears of War and its initial release on PC, with the Windows Store, how this is going to turn out. That's my only concern, really. Yeah,
I'm buying it on console. I'm getting it cheaper on console anyways, because of the whole Best Buy subscription plus the gift cards that I have there. So
you're not doing the digital download?
No, I'm not paying $60 for it. I'm buying it on 30-something.
Think about it. You're getting 2 games for the price of 1, though. Well, like 3 games, because you're also getting Alan Wake and stuff, right?
That's if you do, Green Man Gaming? Or you can only get it from Windows Store?
Through the Xbox.
Through the Xbox, yeah.
Hey, if you do the digital pre-order or whatever it is, a pre-purchase.
I mean, it makes sense. I do not have... Now you have me thinking. I hate you.
That's what I'm going to do. I mean, I figure I have like that terabyte of space. I might as well use the thing.
Oh, okay. So that's what you're doing? You're going to do the pre-order for Xbox so you can get the PC version for free?
Yeah.
Maybe I should do that, but
it is the best way. But I mean, like Greg and I were in the same situation where we get it cheaper someplace else physically.
Yeah, you get the 20% off plus another.
But think about it. You're going to want to see the PC version of the game, though. I know you will, Cheech. I know you will.
I probably do, but I'm in this PC gaming strike right now. I don't know what to do. So
think of the future.
I still have 2 weeks to think about it.
Because how much is it going to suck when you're like, man, I really want to check it out on my 1440p monitor on my 980 Ti, and I can't because then I'd have to spend another $60.
And then when I hit those max settings and I'm running at 40 frames, the PC goes out the window.
Yeah.
Like, fuck it! He's like, Cheech, are we going to do a podcast this week? I didn't need a PC, guys.
Yeah, it'll be the Division all over again. You bought the Division on PC, saw how great it looked, and you're like, I'm playing on PS4 because that's where your coworkers play.
I still got to that on the PC. I just don't care. I mean, Division is such a grind that I just don't want to grind it again on PC.
Yeah, it is a good grind. Like, I mean, like I said, I had fun with the single player or soloing it up to where I was, so I didn't mind it. But it does get a little repetitive.
On a side note, although we already spoke about the Division, I will say that I just tried to do a pickup. Just a random pickup on one of the, I guess, dungeons you could call them or whatever. Pretty quick. You're in a group. It works well. You chat, whatever. You don't even have to talk. You could just play the thing. I think everybody knows how to shoot and where to shoot. So you're pretty much good to go for the most part. It worked well enough. So,
okay.
Destiny, take a page from freaking the Division, man.
I didn't do any parties except for the one on Monday for the Dark Zone.
Yeah, it works well, man.
I never had that experience. I couldn't tell you.
Oh, you did all the main missions solo?
Yeah. I rocked them. I was just... Because, I was 2-3 levels above.
They scale based on gear from everybody in the group, so...
Do they? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I did it mostly because I wanted to try it. To see what it was like and, so on. But you can, doing it single and with a group, it's fun either way, but I just wanted to see what the matchmaking was like, how well it worked and so on.
Yeah. Well, hopefully Destiny takes a note. We'll find out if there's a Destiny 2 and they do that. So, we reported this a month ago, 2 months ago, game trailers closing. Well, now some of the coworkers are back. They found a job. They're easy allies now.
Allies assemble.
So good for them. At least they have work. Unfortunately, Sony has a studio that closed. You guys know which one?
Was it Evolution?
Yes, yeah. Evolution Studios. They're the ones who had the Drive Club debacle, where the game was pretty much... It was supposed to come out at launch over the PS4. It got pushed back. Then when it did launch... It didn't work for like a couple of weeks. And there was supposed to be a free version for the game, and that didn't come out until like a year later.
Where does that game stand currently? Like, I'd never, with all the bad press surrounding it, I never bothered to give it a chance.
They actually been really like good with the updates. They've been updating every month. And if you get the game now, it's actually a really good game.
Is it?
Not the best driving game out there, but it's really well put together. And it sucks that it closed, but from different sources, from different publications, they were saying some of the employees are just getting shuffled around to different studios, so they're not all of them are completely laid off, but just that whole Evolution studio is gone. But, yeah.
Hopefully they find work soon, though.
Yeah.
Now they'll be working for Microsoft, so Sony gets Lionheart and Microsoft gets Evolution.
Yeah, but they don't need it. They have Playground and Turn 10 for their driving.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, those of us who has an Elite controller, there's a new firmware update today that will actually improve the thumbstick precision.
The dead zone.
Get dead. Yeah.
Okay, finally. That's been around since...
No. This is not the Dead Zone one. This is just for the Elite. This is just the Elite software update.
No, but it's for both sticks or just the left stick? Because wasn't there a Dead Zone with the left stick?
There was a slight Dead Zone on the left for the Elite. It's the way they were measuring the distance and how you go diagonally, and they actually fixed that now.
Okay, cool.
So I will update after this.
Speaking of Xbox, they have a price drop. I would say, quote unquote, temporarily. It's down to $300 now.
You know that will become permanent.
It's going to be permanent, yeah.
Yeah, these consoles are just getting cheaper and cheaper, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, they came out like dirt in the beginning, so this is like the only one that belongs to the price that it is right now is 2 PS4.
Not even. I mean,
because it's still said they had no need for them to freaking lower the price.
yeah. But in terms of hardware specs, it's as good, not as good as a laptop, but it could be a lot better. But yeah, Xbox Live is having a spring sale. At least that's a good thing. And there's this rumor of them trying to decide if they want to do a trade-in for digital games, where you can at least get some stuff back.
Yeah, it's like 10%, which is nothing.
Well, it's better than nothing. I know. I saw people like complaining hardcore about it. And I was like, well, would you rather
10% out of $60? It's just, I think that's worse than GameStop.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's worse than GameStop, but at the same time, it's something for nothing.
Yeah, it's something that no one does for digital game, which is true.
Yeah, because the only thing right now for Steam that you could do is just return it within the 2 days. You can't really do a trade-in.
You can only return it if you only play less than 2 hours.
Or you can delete it off your list if your list is overcumbered by too many games.
Yeah.
So the fact that you could actually sell it just for a little bit is not that bad. It still seems like it's, they're ripping you off. But at least you get something. Well, you know what would be worse is if that number drops over the years. Because if that number stays, say like $5, and there's a game that you want, and that game goes on sale, then trading in that $5 doesn't seem that bad.
Yeah.
If it's like 4 years later or 3 years later. So, Ariel, you know this. For Steam, can you trade in games, or is it just return when?
Yeah, it's just return. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because for Xbox, they're doing that whole testing with the store credit to see what they want to do.
If you want to trade in a game?
Yeah.
That'd be great.
It's great, but at the same time, they're kind of like giving you GameStop prices. Which is
not so great, huh?
Yeah, it's like $6.
Like, you just bought that game 5 minutes ago? You could trade it in for $20.
Not even.
Yeah.
The image that they leaked, or that was shown, was for $60 games, it was like $5. $6. The picture that they actually gave was Grand Theft Auto, and it was like, oh, you can get $6 back for this.
Well, I mean, Grand Theft Auto 5, I would have said.
Yeah.
That game's what, like $25, $30 on the store right now?
It's $60. Most of these digital games still stay full price. They don't.
Yeah.
They don't really drop or go on sale or anything like that.
Freaking 35,000
Grand Theft Auto
people.
5 digital on Xbox is still $60?
Yeah.
Oh,
it goes on sale fairly frequently, though, 40 and 30. Actually, it goes on sale cheaper than PC a lot of times.
Yeah.
Wait, for which one?
35,000 people playing Dark Souls 2 right now on Twitch.
Dark Souls 2 or Dark Souls 3?
3, viewing.
3?
Yeah.
Oh, it's probably... Does it show what system, or no?
PS4, PC.
PS4. I guess that's the Japanese version.
Yeah, the Japanese. Yeah, straight to the Japanese version.
Yeah, no, yeah. I'm wondering if any of the Xbox One people are doing it. That's why.
I wonder how they're getting the PC up and running and just in English.
Maybe.
So wait, there's PC versions of it being played right now?
Yeah.
I can't watch it. I want to be... Part of that game is just being surprised.
Yeah.
So you don't want to go into an area that it's like, oh, I know there's a trap here, and just dodge. You're supposed to use your instincts and block and jump and then fall to your death, and you're like, shit. Now I know there's a trap there. Like all the other games. But I think I'm going to play Dark Souls 1 again. I really enjoyed 1, and then maybe hopefully do 1, 2, and then 3. And Salt and Sanctuary in between. No, that's too many deaths. That's gonna happen. rumors, some of the cool things. There's that rumor of Red Dead Redemption 2 coming out or being announced at E3. Have you ever played Red Dead Redemption?
I purchased it on PS3 and played maybe like 15 minutes. That was my experience with that game.
Cheech, you never played it?
Nope, never played it.
It's a really good game. One of the things that people
seems like it, yeah.
Yeah, one of the things that people kind of get upset about is that because it
the horrible aliasing in the game.
Probably, but the game takes place in like, oh man, I'm trying to remember. Is it Texas? It's close to the border.
Possibly, yeah.
It's close to the border of Mexico, and then the game, the second part of the game takes place in Mexico. But the way the first area was constructed, all the towns weren't too far away. But once you get to Mexico, you have to ride extremely far to all these different places, and that's where it turned off a lot of people. Not enough people where a lot of people hated it. It's just, but some people were kind of upset about that. But if you never played Red Dead Redemption 1, if they do announce the second one and it is coming out for all systems, the way 1 ended is like a definitive ending. So if they do a 2, you really don't need to play 1. You might get some backstory, but 2...
Oh, yeah, I think I saw that where they're doing it similar to Grand Theft Auto, like everyone is going to be a new story.
Yeah, that's the best reference I was going to do, is that every one of those were going to be its own game.
That'd be pretty cool.
So, hopefully it comes out. I actually really enjoyed it. It was actually fun. Rockstar does a really good job in terms of how they do their character personalities. So, yeah, this game was like no exception. It was well done in terms of the different personalities you run into.
I was into my World of Warcraft bubble, so I didn't even bother getting a lot of games in that era.
I remember playing the first one, and on the 360, and in my house I actually didn't have an aircon, so in my room it was like freaking 85, 90 degrees, and I was burning, and I was still playing this game, and this system was releasing so much hot air, and at the same time I'm like, am I gonna get the red ring anytime soon? That system actually did die later on in life, but not while I was playing that game. At least it died when I was playing Grand Theft Auto 4.
Huh.
Yeah. And I had to send it. By then, though, they had the whole Microsoft recall warranty thing that you were able to do. So I was able to get the new system back for free. I
only got the red ring of death, like, actually after like 5 years. That was pretty good.
5 years? Yeah, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good. That's when I upgrade to the new one I got right now. But, yeah.
My PS4 lasted till 3 months ago, so... And I got that one at launch. I had the backwards compatible one.
Yeah, fat one.
The fat one. And now it doesn't work anymore. But it's okay, I have 4 different PS2s, so... Just because I had people give me their PS2s. Like, hey, you want it? I'm like, yeah, sure. So I stockpiled some PS2s. So I can still play my collection. So I'm okay on that front. So there's 2 other rumors we'll go through before we'll end our show. Wii U, there's rumor going saying that its production has been stopped.
Didn't Nintendo make an actual statement on that, though? Yeah,
but at the same time, there's the whole thing with the NX coming out soon. So it might be just like like one of those courtesy...
like, no, we're still supporting it, guys. We're still supporting.
Yeah, I didn't read the statement, but it might be one of those things where they're saying they're still supporting the system, but they didn't actually answer the question that they're stopping production. So, and then there's the NX controllers where you can find pictures of it everywhere. Cheech says that controller looks disgusting.
I mean, it's just a freaking phone controller in a way with just thumbsticks on it.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I do not think that Nintendo's going to be stupid enough to make a controller with no buttons. We all know that doesn't work too well. They did, however, bought this company that makes screens somehow have buttons feel to it, like it will pop out from the screen. So maybe that's what they have in mind. I think it's Haptic or so Tactus. Some company there seems pretty interested. So maybe if they do that, then hey, now we're talking.
You kind of need that button feel. So
yeah, you need that button feel. I mean, they did purchase that company at that point where they were known to make kind of it's like a button that would literally show up on the screen and it would feel like a button and whatnot.
Well, that's maybe I don't know. I'm pretty sure traditional. You need a button to press. That's why we get mechanical keyboards because we know that I know what I'm pressing and I just
yeah. I mean, it's called it's Tactics technology. I know Nintendo bought that for a while,
so
I think I've seen that, but it looks actually interesting.
Yeah, touchscreen.
Not a fan. Yeah,
not a fan.
But I don't know. We'll see. I mean, Nintendo themselves already said the controllers are not
real, right?
Not real. So
yeah, hopefully they're not
prototype. Maybe who knows?
Well, we'll see. Maybe we'll find out at E3 because that's the rumor that they're gonna announce the new system at E3. Mm-hmm. In terms of,
did we know? It's been we know. Are they actually going to be there physically?
Or maybe they'll do a Nintendo Direct.
No, that'd be stupid. You cannot. I'll say you cannot just announce a damn console on a freaking stream.
Yes, they can.
No.
They do that as a stream, but their booth there has the system. They can do that.
They need to have an announcement in an actual conference, like a normal people would do.
Nah, they don't. I don't know. Remember, I'm trying to think of the last conference, and I think it had the 3DS, and the way they presented it was, when they did talk about it, they had a whole bunch of models walking down some stairs carrying the 3DS. I think that's how they did that last reveal of the system. So, they don't need, they're not good showmen. They're not good showmen. They don't need to have a whole conference. They get nothing out of it except they have to pay for a venue, rent out the space, and then put a presentation there live compared to their Nintendo Directs, which are pre-prepped and just sent out. From a business model, that actually saves a lot more money, which they can use because the Wii U didn't sell. I don't think it's sold to their expectations.
Yeah. I'm sure they're well aware of that.
So, well, maybe. We'll see. E3 will have 3 conferences. According to Cheech, we'll have an NX. I'm going to say there's going to be PS4k, and I don't know about Xbox One. Xbox2k? That's what I called it yesterday. And Cheech got upset with me. He goes, why is the Xbox One weaker? I was like, no, it's just a name.
Give it 2K or the PS4 has the 4K one.
I'm very interested to see how all this plays out, though.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting to see where they're going. It'll be interesting.
A couple more months, we'll find out. Oh, I guess that's our timer to let you guys know that our show's ended.
That's it. We're done.
We're done for the night here. Yep. Again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to email us at insertcointp@gmail.com. Tweet us at ICTOPLAY on Twitter, or follow us on iTunes, YouTube, and Facebook, and leave a comment. Ariel, you have anything you want to add in?
Actually, with Easy Allies, which you touched on earlier, again, they are essentially game trailers. So if you guys were ever fans of game trailers, at any point in time, I would suggest, possibly checking them out on Patreon or just checking out their streams. They're doing quite a few streams, or even Twitter. They hit their goal. They've hit $30,000, which, they're going to be bringing back some shows, which I don't know how long you guys have been following game trailers for, but they used to do a really good retrospective series, and with hitting this goal currently, they're going to be bringing that back actually as Easy Allies, which is essentially what they are now.
Nice.
Do you remember the retrospectives?
Yeah, retrospective was awesome.
It was awesome. So a reason that they stopped doing them, according to Brandon Jones, was that it took them a year just to do the Final Fantasy retrospective. So, hopefully we'll get those back because it's really cool to see the history of a game and stuff like that. But yeah, check them out, give them some love, and yeah.
Oh, it took him a year? I would think the Pop Fiction one would take him longer, but...
No, it took him a year because he did the whole Final Fantasy series. He had to play through some of them and stuff like that. And I believe he was doing those by himself at the time.
Okay.
Yeah, gathering all the information he needs and all that stuff.
Yeah, check that out on YouTube if you guys want to know the history of a franchise. It's worth checking out.
Yeah,
Cheech. Huh?
No.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I thought you had something else you wanted to add. Cheech, anything you want to add?
Not much. I mean, thank you for listening. We have made it this far so far, and if you're still listening to us, good job. We'll keep doing our best. Even though our wallet starts to hurt a little bit there, but hey, we got graphics by the collector's editions and everything.
Yeah, we need the collector's edition hurt my wallet, and that's why I couldn't get the PSVR, right? According to Cheech.
Yep.
Hopefully sooner. Maybe we'll start having a mic, getting better mics, and then I want to say do video ones so on YouTube you can see our ugly mugs.
Yeah, hopefully update or just improve our quality here.
Yep.
Starting off small, one step at a time, guys.
Actually, you won't see Cheech's mug. You'll just see his dog.
His dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, just having the camera there.
And just licking the camera and then chewing on it. Well, thanks again, everybody. Thanks for joining us, and we'll hear from you soon.
All right.
Night.
Good night.